Good evening, I'm Dale Ostrander.
And I'm Madison Miller. Thanks for joining us for this special edition of the Center County Report, Election Night 2022. We start with breaking news in the governor's race. Democratic Josh Shapiro is now the projected winner. The race call comes from NBC News and multiple media outlets. And Austin Davis is the projected lieutenant governor winner. Let's look at the numbers. As you can see, Shapiro is leading with 55.3%, and Doug Mastriano is following behind him at 42.9%. The difference is 400,015 votes. The estimated reporting is 59.6. If Shapiro wins, he plans to further lower the state's corporate net income and embrace Pennsylvania's role as a natural gas producer while investigating in green technology for the future. And we do have more results coming in as the votes are counted. In the U.S. Senate race, it's John Fetterman against Mehmet Oz. Right now, Fetterman is leading with 50.1% of the votes, and Oz is following behind at 47.5%. Some background on Fetterman: he has served as lieutenant governor for the past 3 years and the mayor of Braddock for 13. His plans included support of organized union, and the Union Way is the way of sacred life. We're also watching the U.S. congressional race tonight in District 15. That district covers Center County and much of northern central PA. It's longtime Republican incumbent Glenn Thompson taking on Democratic challenger Michael Milosevich. Right now, Glenn Thompson is leading at 70.6% of the votes, and Milosevich has 29.4%. Glenn Thompson is focusing on rural development as it's one of his top issues as a member of Congress, but as he's also a member of the agriculture community, creating jobs and expanding technology in rural Pennsylvania is going to be one of the major issues he focuses on.
Now to the state house races. First, District 77, which covers part of western Center County, including State College, Pine Groves Mills, and Port Matilda. The incumbent is Democrat Scott Conklin. He's challenged by Republican Steve Yetsko. Right now, Scott Conklin has 61.9% of the total votes, while Yetsko is at 38% of the total votes. The estimated reporting so far is 78.2%, and there's a difference of 5,000 votes approximately between the two. Scott Conklin is a member of the PA House of Representatives since 2006 and is a Rush Township resident. Next up is State House District 82, which covers State College and Boalsburg and north to Snowshoe. Democrat Paul Takak takes on Republican Justin Behrens. Right now, Paul Takak has the lead with 56% of the total votes so far, and Justin Behrens at 44%, with an estimated reporting of 74% of the votes in so far for this race. Democrat Paul Takak moved to Center County 20 years ago with his family and is a College Township Council and as a chair of both Spring Creek Watershed Commission and the Center Region Council of Government's Public Safety Committee. And here's a look at State House District 171. That covers parts of eastern Center County, including Bellefonte and Center Hall, and south into Mifflin County, including Lewistown. Republican incumbent Carrie Benninghoff is challenged by Democrat Robert Ziegler. Benninghoff was first elected in 1996 and is the current House Majority Leader. Ziegler has served on the Millheim Borough Council since 2018. Right now, Benninghoff has 72.2% of the total votes so far, with Ziegler having 27.8% of the total votes. The estimated reporting so far is at 87.5%.
It's a busy night for county election officials and volunteers around Pennsylvania. Reporter Marissa Yakinchik is live at the Penn Stater Hotel at Innovation Park, where they've been collecting the ballots tonight. Marissa?
She won't be there. It's not an issue.
So as you mentioned, Josh Shapiro has been declared the projected winner of the governor election. Here in Center County, there is an almost 10,000 in-person vote difference in favor of Shapiro. I mentioned earlier that we were anticipating 300 more ballots. Those ballots have arrived and they're being tabulated behind me. The ballots that have already been counted are now in the Willowbank building in Bellefonte. That's it for us here in Innovation Park. Now we'll bring it back to you at the Anchorage desk.
Thanks, Marissa. People all over the nation are watching this Pennsylvania election tonight, but also people around the world. A group of college students from Scotland have traveled to State College this week to watch and report on the Pennsylvania and U.S. elections. Olivia Corman had a chance to meet with them.
While many Americans are tired of the endless political ads and election news surrounding the midterms, others can't get enough. Cameron and Georgia are from Scotland, and they're in State College to be here for Election Day.
We know that Pennsylvania is quite a swing state, so we've kind of came just to see like get our own idea of it and see, like how it all works and things.
They're students from a Scottish university here with a professor to watch the U.S. elections.
We're trying to get an understanding of kind of the state in general and the differences between areas, like politically, like their views and that kind of thing. So trying to get a view of what it's like from each side.
Among their goals, to see how the U.S. political system works and how it's different from the U.K.
I feel like people are more vocal here.
Yeah, you can
and
see
more
that completely.
passionate about their views and stuff, I think, which is, it's good because I think people are more involved in what's going on. And but I think as well, like, it's interesting. I feel like we hear a lot about US politics back home, and like even more so than we do about our own.
They're also exploring how controversial issues are handled compared to back home.
I think I'm quite interested in American politics more so. You hear everything and see on social media, like about obviously the Roe v. Wade and abortion and things, and you see what's happening, and then you kind of, like, compared to back home, you think, oh, I don't know if I don't want that to happen to my my country and stuff. So I think you kind of like you can compare you want to like compare them and see like, what's like the difference.
The students from the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow hope their 7,000-mile round trip gives them a front row seat to see U.S. election politics in action. In University Park, I'm Olivia Corman for the Center County Report.
What a great opportunity for these students to see elections in the United States. The students are heading back to Scotland tomorrow.
Tonight, we also have 2 members of our election team in the newsroom watching developments across the state and nation. Ava Brengord and Josh Portney, what are you seeing right now?
Hey, Madison. So as tonight wraps up and the election, the first night of the election in general, locally we haven't seen any big surprises and no official numbers are in. That was kind of expected as we talked about earlier, but of course we'll keep you updated on our social media platforms, our website, and our show on Friday. And for the Senate race, we haven't seen Oz or Fetterman yet publicly, and we probably won't. That wasn't expected, so.
Absolutely, and in that Senate race here in Center County, Democratic candidate John Fetterman has run 31,000 votes, which is in the lead over his Republican opponent Mehmet Oz. But, as I said earlier in the show, he really should crack that 38,000 margin if he wants to really compete statewide. And right now, if you look at the race statewide, it is so close and too close to call for most media outlets, with still a couple more thousand votes still out there left to be counted in Center County. John Fetterman would really benefit from those extra 7,000 votes to push him over the edge and secure a statewide victory for the Democrat in that race. And as you know, when we've called before, there have been a call in the race for the gubernatorial, Josh Shapiro, and he actually won Center County with 34,000 and change thousand votes. And so that was pretty decisive here in Center County.
Well, that's all for us. Thanks for hanging in. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, guys. And that's all for this Center County Report election update.
You can keep following breaking news updates on our social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And join us on Friday for our next newscast. And thanks for sticking for Vote 2022 on the Center County Report. Have a great night.